This is Simo in the studio with me.
This is Lady Nancy, and that was Smooth.
Thank you.
That's Shabby.
Deborah Roger.
Okay, and we are still talking about game changers in romantic relationships, but more specifically, how you would feel about finding out new information about your significant other. So we're going to go into how would you feel if you found out that your significant other had had a sex change?
Okay. I was waiting on this one. Sorry, guys, I heard about this. But there is a world star hip hop video. Can't think the guy who created it. But basically, he was dating this girl. She was awesome. She cooked. She watched all sports. She wasn't clingy during the sports show. She was in them. She knew all the different players, their positions, blah, blah. He went over her house one day and saw a picture and was like, who is this guy, your brother or whatever? And she admitted that she used to be a man and killed her and put a YouTube video.
On a YouTube video?
It's a fake
fake.
YouTube
It's a
video.
He didn't actually kill her.
He didn't actually kill her.
In the video.
But
she's
my
not
thoughts
living
were
anymore.
exact, because I'm like, hold up. They have been dating for a minute. And I'm like, okay, so, of course, I don't think, that's probably not something you want to say on the first date, because you might not make it to number 2. But before we become sexually active, you need to tell me that at one point, you used to have what I had. We need to know this.
But what if they had a complete operation? Like they were completely the opposite gender now.
That's fine. If they are completely. I want you to be completely whatever when you get close to me. But I think you should tell me that. I think that's important. One, if we get to that point where we are becoming sexually active, I would think that we were at a special place that you would feel comfortable sharing that with me. I shouldn't, 2 years later, roll up at your family house and see a picture of a little boy, but I thought you were only child, and then be hit that's more detrimental to my emotions, mentally, physically, because I'm like, okay, am I gay now? Does it count? I don't know. I don't understand. I don't know what I'm going through, and I'm counting.
See, so that's why people feel that way though too, because that World Star Hip Hop video actually makes fun of what actually some transgenders fear, because they fear that some people may have the wrong reaction to this one. So that's why sometimes they feel that sometimes they need to get it out of the way right away, but it's actually hard for them to trust people enough to get it out of the way right away. So it makes it complicated. It's like a double-edged sword.
Yeah.
And I mean,
how they're gonna react.
in all honesty, like if I go through a complete sex change, I want to forget that I used to be something else. So I'm not necessarily thinking about that when I first meet you. It's just like, oh, I'm living my life, we're living life, and then all of a sudden, years down the line when you're wondering why we can't have babies, it's like, oh yeah, I forgot
that's
about
my thing.
that.
Like, if I'm dating somebody that I believe in my heart that is a man who is gonna give me children one day, and then I find out that he can't father children to me, somebody else would have to do it. That would hurt. Like, it's not, I understand, because like we watched this, I can't remember, I'm addicted to something, but he is transgender, but he hasn't gotten the sex organ change. So she was kind of weird at first, but she loved him. I think love conquers all, but at one point you're going to have to express that to me in order for me to continue on this relationship. That's not something that you can hit me with when I'm trying to figure out, I'm getting stressed out, we taking in vitro and stuff, and then you slide in. Well, the reason you can't get pregnant is because I don't have that organ to produce it. Oh, we got a problem. Love goes out the window. I think, I'm gonna hurt you.
Because then you would have problems with trust.
Yeah.
Like, why didn't you tell me sooner? Why didn't you trust me? You're supposed to love me. You're supposed to be the person I'm supposed to stay with. Why is it something, I get not saying it on the first date, because you're scared. And you have to know that the person isn't gonna, like, bust you out with people who don't know and stuff like that. But, like you said, if we get that serious, if we're serious enough to have sex,
I'm
then
so lost on this though, because like I hear you on the trust issue, but if you're supposed to love me and you're supposed to trust me, what I need you to do when I tell you something is not freak out and try to hurt me. Like, clearly I could not trust you with it because you reacted in the way that you did. So that's kind of the double standard.
I don't think I would cut them, but like she was saying, I would be very hurt. And I would have problems trusting you, and I think it would hurt our relationship It's
I mean-
better to state it from the beginning.
It's a shocker. So anytime somebody shocks you, yeah, it's a game changer. It's gonna take me a minute, you know, if I know that I really love you, then I'm gonna go through with it. But that first 3 minutes, you gonna need to give me some space, cause I mean, that's not, you know, that's just like your parents coming out of nowhere and telling you that, you know, hey, I was a woman, you know, I'm not really your father. You know, something that messes, like, it messes with your mind, it messes with your emotions, or mentally, physically. Like, it can cause really bad depression, cause, you know, some people will be like, okay, hold on, I'm attracted to you, am I attracted to you because you got guy stuff, you know, you know, like, it can cause all different problems. Like, of course, you can't, you know, some people can say it on the first date, somebody can't. But when we get to a serious relationship, I feel like, you know, we talking about your past, we talking about honey boo boo, we talking about everybody.
Yes.
You might want to slide that in. You
Yeah.
might want to slide that in.
If we can
Especially
talk
like met
about
the whole
honey boo boo.
family.
Really? So, Honey Boo Boo, you know, Housewives of Atlanta,
I was
Women,
really thinking about Ray Ray and
Paula
Boo
Deen,
Boo. I was really thinking about it.
Kim
I mean-
Kardashian named her child North,
Yeah, and Mr.
Lisa
Marley slide it in
Peters,
there.
Yes, I mean,
Slide it in there.
do what you have to do, and then.
I got a new phone today.
Then,
Slide it in there.
you know what, if I didn't hear it, I can't really be mad because you
Yeah.
said it.
That's true.
Be smooth, do what you gotta do.
Put it there.
No,
Put it in the
oh.
low
My
and slide it in there.
you do not.
Oh, my favorite pie is I have a penis.
I was like, hold on, what?
No, I will not be a part of this at all. So, the next one I have for you guys is, if your significant other tells you that they are, bisexual, or at least interested in the same sex, and you're in a, heterosexual relationship, or vice versa, depending on
Question.
who you do, how you do what you do.
This is such a double thing for my mama.
Man, is he catching?
Or is he softening?
If he's
Okay.
catching, I don't see how you like girls. That is just, I want my mind to be open to why.
I mean,
We're not gonna get to a real.
I hear what you're saying, but I do know some people, and the way that they function is if they're with the guy, then they're with the guy. If they're with the girl, then they're with the girl. So for the guy, if he's with the guy, then he's catching. If he's with the girl, then he's catching.
Well, I'm hoping the girl's not here.
Oh, well, see, that would be interesting, but it happens.
Okay, my problem would be, okay, is this a new interest? Then we can discuss it. But if you knew beforehand, and again, I mean, I think it all goes to trust. If you knew beforehand and you never told me, you know, maybe if it's something you struggle with and you didn't want to admit it to yourself, okay, then maybe. But if this is something you're out and about, and you know, and you never, like she said, it never comes up in conversation, and we're in a serious relationship, why are you keeping secrets from me?
I mean, my thing is, if you're with me but you're attracted to a male, will I always be able to satisfy you? Will we get to 10 years and then you tell me you want to be with I'm really thinking.
But I mean, like, the same thing could happen with a heterosexual relationship.
I mean, it could, but I'm just saying that if you're having that feelings, again, you know, express that. I'm probably gonna catch up on it if I'm saying, oh man, he looks sexy, and you continue agreeing with me.
Yeah.
Or, you know, I'm looking and you looking, I'm gonna catch up. I was gonna go to the double standard of, you know, hey, I want to sleep with a girl, baby, let's have a threesome. That might be a little bit more acceptable than you and somebody else running train on me, and then y'all doing something. See, that's another thing. So
Wow,
it's a double standard
everywhere.
It really is, but that is such a double standard when it comes to that. And I don't think that I would emotionally be able to handle that.
I heard the train.
No, I was not ready.
Again,
I was
Oh,
not
no,
ready
no,
for
no.
the
no contact.
I feel you, but I was not
I
ready.
can't, I was unprepared.
Sugar.
But to comment on what you were saying, Daniel, like, I know some bisexual couples that the other person, like, especially if one is bisexual and one is not, I see how that other person sometimes does struggle, and it's like, am I enough? And I think that comes down to trust, you know. You worry in a two-person heterosexual couple, you know, is he gonna go out and cheat on me because I'm not enough? But I see where that would come in, and you would worry.
Or is my
'cause
body part enough?
Yeah,
Can
you
you
would
get
worry
satisfied just
that
off her?
that I can't
Well,
provide
could you put
different
him
things
on
that
it?
you want.
Just strap him
Could you
on?
Wow.
Not
like
strap it
that?
on, and no, it's not happening. That is not my
Well, you about
genetic
to get
makeup.
turned away from us.
So I couldn't do it.
It's LMFAO.
I couldn't do it, and I have, you know, I have a great number of bisexual and same-sex friends, and I love them, but you know it's for you, and I know if I was put in that situation, nah, I will be your best friend. We would not be together.
Really though, hey, wow, LOL, that was my help.
I don't know
So
what that
sister wives, yes, brother husband, no.
Shout out to my sister wives that's on Ustream.
I don't think I could be with a person that was bisexual. I could accept you and be your friend, but I guess emotionally I wouldn't be ready, and
He wasn't ready.
I don't think I'd ever be ready for that. I
Um,
don't know how you prepare for that.
I feel like there's something that
There's somebody out there
everybody
doing
needs love, like,
Yeah.
that is-
maybe you need to double up on love, you know.
That's where
so,
polyamorous comes
how would you feel
No,
here
no.
about finding out that your significant other is an illegal immigrant?
Bet we can always get married. I can make you legal. You gotta be. Are you legal?
Just half of it.
Oh.
Just kidding.
Sorry.
I would laugh. I'm sorry.
Yeah, it wouldn't
I
really be a problem of mine,
No.
honestly, because there's ways around
We
it.
can make that work, but I'm
But
fucking
yeah,
laugh.
as long as you tell me up front.
I just wanna know how you got in.
Did you jump over? Did you
I'm
jump
not-
over? Did you slide
I wanna
over?
know
How did
I'm
you
not
get-
dealing with any of you.
I would
You gotta
ask
deal with us
those.
right now.
Now,
what
I
was
will
your
say
story?
that it was brought to our attention because I was working on this in the IRC, so Michelle and Daniel, shout out to you guys, helped us come up with some of these. How would you know that that person isn't with you to become legal? Would that be a concern of yours?
Mm-mm.
Wait, what?
That sounds like a proposal.
That's why if
Oh.
they're upfront with you and tell you up front, then you can make that decision, and I feel like there's more trust built so that you don't worry about that as much. But yes, if we're 3 years into a relationship, you pop the question and then you tell me, I would be suspicious.
I mean, you can find out, does he got a driver's license? Does he pay taxes? Is there a social security number? Like, for some of these people who get so fooled, I'm like, did you not do any research? Did y'all live together? So he was driving without, you never flipped open his wallet. When he opened his wallet, you've never seen a driver's license. Okay, you're caught on to that. I'm just trying to prove a point. You've never seen him write a social security number on anything. Like,
Everything's in your name.
yeah, like, you know, when you ask where his parents are from, you know, he tells you up the street, but they, you know, they in Cuba. Like, come on, this is stuff that you should know. That's how I feel about catfish. When they go through so much stuff, like, you didn't snoop around. How can these people come and do all your snooping for you? No.
And it's so easy to find out that these things
Yes.
are.
What you think on that Facebook and it was in Spanish?
You
It
know
was in the
that?
language you
Translate.
You know what? How would you feel?
Oh, come on.
Did you guys have? Yeah. Okay. How would you feel about finding out that your significant other has been diagnosed with a mental disorder?
He was in it with my family.
Yeah, I'd take the person as they are, why you with them.
Okay. I'm bipolar.
Life's but a journey, enjoy it, go with the flow, fiddle with them.
We all crazy.
Yeah.
It depends. Cause my brother's mom, on my dad's side, is diagnosed with bipolar. And seeing the effects that it has on him is really hurtful when, like, seeing just her statuses, like, there's so many times I called her, don't do it, because she's having suicidal thoughts that she's putting on Facebook. And it scares me to think that, you know, one day she might actually do it and my little brother comes home and sees this. So, again, you need to know, I need you to tell me which issue it is, and, you know, we both need to go sit with a psychologist so that we both know the ins and outs of it, so that we can go, so, you know, after she explained it to me and talking to him, and they understand, so when she has those statuses, I don't go and put a whole spiel, I really just go in there and put that I love you, and that's it.
Myself personally, I have experience with this because I have PTSD. And so, you know, it kind of goes back to that transgender thing. It's not one of the first things. I don't go, hi, nice to meet you, I'm Suzanne, and I have chronic PTSD, how you doing? You know, but I do put it out there pretty relatively quickly because A, they need to know why I do some of the things I do, so it's not you're going to think it's crazy. And B, they can decide, you know, can I handle this? Can I deal with it? And plus, if that's the person I'm going to spend my life with, I'm going to need them to help me, you know, along the way.
I just want you guys to ponder on this. We won't talk about it too often, but like, what if it's one of the more serious ones, like ones that cause delusions and hallucinations that come out of nowhere, and then all of a sudden you're the man that's trying to kill them?
Get some, substance that I can't say on air.
Well,
I feel that when I said they'll fit in my family, I'm serious. I have schizophrenia, bipolar. Even though drunkenness is not a mental disease, it's still, you know, alcoholism is a disease. So I feel like because I've grown up around it, I would accept you more and want to help you.
Yeah.
if you pay.
And we could take, I want you to be on your medications that, even if, I want them to make you feel okay, but I don't want the ones that make you like a drone, you don't have any emotions.
And so you can discuss with the one you're spending your lifetime with how you're dealing with this. Are you going to talk therapy? Are you going to psychotherapy? Are you taking medication? And plus, if it is bipolar, for example, that's going to explain a lot to that person, and they won't maybe necessarily take things as personal. They'll understand, okay, this is something that this person I love deals with, and I'm going to deal with it with them.
I just like having informed decisions.
Yeah, absolutely.
How would you feel if you found out that your significant other was related?
Oh, no!
That's who
That
goes.
is very bad, but for those people out there who are curious for any other weird reason, technically, as long as they're not your first cousin, you're good. But it's still kind of bad, you just don't want to be blood related.
Now see,
By marriage or anything, I don't know.
I have an uncle who likes to keep the brown name going.
Oh.
So they're just, we look at people like, so like, I'm going to be for real. But no, I'm not about to say somebody that's related to me, no.
There was this couple back home that they had both, they had both been adopted. And so they met, they married, they're getting ready to have kids, you know, and they're doing the genetic testing on the child, and they find out that they're actually brother and sister. And
First of all, don't they still do blood tests when you go to get married?
yeah,
They used to, not hepatitis, spermatocyte.
because it used to
No.
be you had to go to Lima, South Carolina if you wanted to get married real quick, but now in Georgia you can, yeah, so.
Herpes. I thought they did herpes test.
Yeah, they used to do a blood test when you would get married, but
I don't think they do anymore,
That's like
like,
her
very
method.
recently changed it in Georgia. Yeah,
You
so that's
did.
for a couple,
air tonight.
you know.
It's not what it is that they're testing for. But since you went there,
That's an easy test.
how would you feel if you found out that your significant other, or let's just say you're dating someone, you go to start a physical relationship, and then you realize, hey, they have those.
Well, the first few would be like, what, are you in the dark or you in the light? Because if you're in the light, whoa. But if you're in the dark, you can't really tell. I mean, are you going to tell me? I feel like I have to accept you.
I'm saying you
If I-
found out.
Yeah.
Oh.
So not you were told.
Okay,
But
now
you
first of all,
found
if that was
out.
no way of telling me,
Yeah, we
I'm
have
slap you. I'm slap you. Cause you know that you have something down there that might freak me out. Before you drop your trousers, you might want to mention it. Hey, babe, you wanna see this?
Shoe thing.
I don't like surprises in the bedroom, I'm just saying.
That doesn't work with me very well, like, sadly, I don't know what it looks like, and I probably like, oh God, what's wrong with you, and run away. I don't.
What do you mean either? It
I
looks
know.
like both.
I know, but I feel like.
But will they have
it's-
testicles and
Yeah.
will they have ovaries?
Like, I don't know what it looks like.
It depends.
She's gonna look it up, and
On what
then
you
I'm
have.
gonna tell you how I feel when somebody drop their
Yeah,
trousers.
it's different ways that it
And
can
that's
happen,
what it
but
looks like.
it depends.
You have.
No,
both
that's something you
physical
mentioned.
things, or it could be like one that's a mixture of both. You have like a
Is
split.
it in a hole?
Oh, wow.
No, we're not.
We're not.
You should not be going that far with somebody and you have not told them.
Agreed.
I mean, what do you think is gonna happen?
Well, I mean, like, what happens with the one night hookups? Like, do you automatically just assume that because the person is talking to you and you're heterosexual that they have what you're looking for?
I'm just saying, if you
Yeah.
know when you drop it, that it's two, like you're not short, you're not long, you're not thin, you're not hairy, you have two. Like, we doing 129, like, come on now.
You did not, oh,
You
wow.
did not just go there. And it would be 178.
Oh, wow.
No.
My picture is.
138. Or whatever, I can't, no. So, how would you feel if you found out that your significant other has dated either one of your friends or one of your siblings?
Well, if you're dating my sibling, then you have a problem, because all I have is a brother. But date a friend, you know, sometimes in middle school when they're dating, quote unquote, it doesn't really count. So we're in college, and you dated my friend in middle school, I think they'll get over it.
Now, it depends on your dating. If you slept with one of my friends, we might have a problem. But I have some crazy friends, and we have too much stuff in common. But if you have talked to one of my friends, I'm never gonna let you live it down. We're always gonna discuss it. Well, we gonna go past it. And it's just another thing that me and my friends have in common.
Well,
Nothing smooches.
any, Lady Murphy, any comments, concerns, questions?
I would be a little concerned if I didn't know them
Oh my God.
already, like, you know, because if it's a close friend of mine, I should know who they're with, or if it's my brother or sister, I should know who they're with, you know, but if it's just an acquaintance to the point which, so I wouldn't know, who they were dating, I'm getting so distracted, then they're just an acquaintance, and, you know, but I feel like if you're my friend, I know who you're with, you know what I mean?
See, that girl's small. That girl's really small. And I have learned how small it is when you start comparing names.
Don't do it.
Small.
Just don't
Sonny,
do
you
it.
know so-and-so? Yeah, I know so-and-so. You know so-and-so? Yeah. Hold on.
I just wanna, our comment on Ustream.
No,
Oh, we can't.
no.
No.
Ustream is going in tonight.
Ustream, we will talk to Ustream when we go on break.
Ustream.
We will talk to Ustream when we
I
go
want
on
you to
break.
know that
'cause
we
they-
saw that,
Yeah,
I didn't see it.
and I had that
We'll
thought.
read that during break.
we, yeah, and then our last two before we go on our break is, how would you feel if, you found out that your significant other is into sharing?
Sharing what?
Sharing what? Swingers?
That too, yeah.
Well, they can share with somebody else.
Yeah.
I don't think.
That's not personally for me, you know,
I mean, share, swinging, threesomes.
I've seen, you know, other relationships where supposedly it works really well. I think from a psychological point of view, I would worry, because just honestly, statistically, most of those relationships don't really work out. But, if that's your thing, go find someone else whose thing it is.
I'm selfish. I ain't sharing nothing.
Exactly.
You
I
might
don't
get
share
rich
chicken
drugs.
nuggets, I don't share men.
That's what it's like.
I like how you put them together like that, and then, what if you found out that your, significant other had religious beliefs that you didn't know about, just like, either they changed, or, like, you thought they were Christian and they're Muslim or Jewish, or some other.
We don't need to discuss this.
That wouldn't affect me.
If it's, you know, I feel like if it hasn't come up in one of a serious relationship, maybe their religion isn't as important to them. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like that's one of those things, maybe not first date, but you get into pretty soon in the relationship. And if it's not important to them, if, you know, they're saying like, you know, I'm a Jew, but I'm not a practicing Jew, or I'm a Muslim, and I'm not a practicing Muslim, then you pretty much know going into the relationship, you know.
That wouldn't really be a problem. Unless you're part of a cult, then you
Yeah,
have
that'd
to
be a
talk about
problem.
it, but hey, other than that, I'm open to trying Hebrew religion.
I'm
I'm not.
not playing that.
Long, maybe not.
We go one way
Like,
as far as religion.
No, personally, I really don't care. We just, because I come from a family that's two different religions, I know the torn it felt being a child and going to two different places and not understanding. And the older I got, being forced to go to one that you didn't want to go to one. So, I mean, if my significant other came and was like, okay, well, I believe so. I mean, my thing is, as long as they believe, nah, I believe in God. If you come and tell me that you don't believe or you believe in something else, my religion means a lot to me, and that will affect our relationship. We might be able to work it out, we might not, probably not.
I think your religious involvement needs to be kind of equal in a relationship, because if you have one person who's super, super dedicated and one person who's not, like, I think that's one of those things that you should share with the person you're going to share the rest of your life with. But if you're both not really religious and it doesn't really matter to you, then I could see how that could work. But if you're both super religious and you're opposite religions, I feel like that could cause struggle in a relationship.
well, I'm Christian, and I dated a guy that was Wiccan.
What?
Wiccan.
Okay.
That's a new one, what does that
Like,
It's part of paganism.
yeah.
Oh.
And when we first started dating, I did not know this. And then I asked him, you know, do you go to church? What's your religion? And I was like, my same reaction, I don't know what that is. And then when he explained it to me, I was like, I don't really like, well,
See,
so, I mean, we dated, it didn't work out apparently, but I feel like I have to accept your religion. I don't know, agree with your religion, but I'm not going to, downplay or disrespect your religion.
Yeah, I think it's easier to have friends of different religions
Yeah.
than a significant other, because I think that's on a whole different level, you know what I mean? And I would want to be able to share my religious experiences with that person, but my friends can be, you know, I feel like you can have a really good friendship and have different religions, but I don't know that you have a good relationship.
I just know personally it wouldn't work for me.
So we're gonna take a quick break and then we'll come back and talk about, platonic relationship game changers. This is the Love Below on 91.9 Below. Wow.
Now, who said that?
AC, I'm gonna need
Agree.
us to
I'ma whoop
do,
you.
I don't know if that was her or Naya, like,
Yeah,
I
it
just,
was.
I don't know,
In your style court?
Oh.
I don't even know how to